Hi guys, good evening and a very warm welcome to today's session. I can see some of you have already joined us here. Very good evening everyone. I hope you guys are doing well and your preparations are going good too. Well, we are back with the sessions that we were missing out for a few days, right? So for a few days we could not have these sessions because I was on leave for some personal reasons, right? So now I am back and we will be having the sessions as usual for your mains examination. Now this examination ESIC UDC mains we have, and we have your RBI assistant mains as well, right? So these questions will be helpful for both of them, right? So we will be having 10 days 10 mock tests for you all. Okay, but before that guys, please share the stream once with your friends also so that they know that the class has started. ठीक है, जल्दी से एक बार सबके साथ शेयर जरूर कर देना स्ट्रीम को. ठीक है, तो चलो let's quickly start the session here. Let's have a look at the questions that we have for today. Good evening everyone. Good evening Priya. Good evening. I missed you all. I hope it was a mutual feeling that you were missing the reasoning classes as well. So chalo, let's quickly start. Let's not waste much time here. Okay, so we know that the RBI assistant mains batch has already started. The cracker course has already started. So if you want a preparation at the very best level, you can check this particular classes with live classes, live practice sessions, and the access to the mocks as well. Again, you can use the coupon code Nikita NIKITA to avail the maximum discount in here, and the course is available in both the languages, that is one completely in English and another that is in bilingual. Okay, so chalo, let's quickly have a look at the first question. This is the first question on your screen, right? So have a look at this one and let me know what should be the answer here. That is, what should be the code for this, okay, your story. So this is a combination of input, output and coding. So have a look at it and let me know what is the logic. Ma'am, what about RBI mains? Why did you stop the class? Don't worry, this is for your RBI mains as well, right? So you can see here in the class style itself, right? It is just about ESIC UDC mains and also for your RBI assistant mains. It's not about one particular examination, right? So this is RBI, this is ESIC UDC. So we will be covering the classes for all of these, right? So do not worry, we will be having the mains level classes here. ठीक है मैम. पेपर कैसा रहेगा? सुशांत, पेपर विल बी ऑफ मॉडरेट टू डिफिकल्ट लेवल, मोस्टली मॉडरेट, बट अगेन सम क्वेश्चंस ऑफ डिफिकल्ट लेवल विल आल्सो बी देयर एंड सम स्मॉल क्वेश्चंस ऑफ इजी लेवल टू. मैम मेरा प्री नहीं निकला, 124 आया. कोई बात नहीं सौरभ, एक बार देखेंगे हम कि कहाँ पर कम रह गया. ठीक है. Shana, absolutely after a very long time I took a break of 1 week here. Thank you so much Orko. Yes, my mother is fine now, so she is doing well, and thank you everybody for the wishes and everything, right? So it means a lot. Thank you so much. We missed you in foundation class. Yes, I missed you all too, and we will be having the classes today itself, right? So don't worry. So Vikas is saying this should be the step 1 here. So what is the thing that we are doing in step 1? Step 1 में क्या हो रहा है? Absolutely Priya, you can see this is the alphabetical arrangement, right? This is nothing but the alphabetical arrangement. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, so you can see, yes, absolutely. So O-U-R-Y, so O-U-R-Y and S-T-O-R-Y का क्या हो जाएगा? O-R-S-T and Y, right? So this is going to be the one. Ma'am, IBPS PO pre-level expected for UDC mains. Nick, yes, you can say, but there will be some questions which will be of moderate level too, right? Mostly it will be of the same pattern, right? But again, you can have some difficult moderate questions too. The puzzles will be of a similar, almost similar level. There can be some questions which may have one or two variables, right? So 2 variables can be there, more than 2 cases can be there. So it's not just exactly PO pre, it will be PO pre plus some clerk mains, you can see, right? So it's going to be PO pre plus clerk mains. Okay? So let's talk about step number 2. What is going to happen in step number 2 here? Anyone for step number 2? We have the class 1 week after and we are having only 25 people, right? So I guess people have forgotten about Nikita Mam, that who is Nikita Mam, what is reasoning class, why do we need these classes. Second place, some place in value in pair, absolutely Vikas, that's right. So you can see that we are taking the value, the sum of two values here, right? So summation has been taken of the position values into group of 2, right? So group of 2 has been taken. So similarly O and U, you can say 15 and 21, that's going to be 36, right? R is how much? R is 18, Y is 25, that's going to be 43. So it's going to be 3643. Okay. Similarly, O and R. So you can see 15 and 18. That's going to be 33. S and T. So you can see that's 20 and 19, right? So 19 and 20, that's going to be 39. So 39 here, and Y is 25. So this is going to be 25 in here. Okay. I hope this is clear to everybody how we have arrived at step number 2. Now quickly tell me what is happening in step number 3. Step number 3 कैसे आया है? How did we get step number 3 here? Anybody who knows step number 3? Multiplication, multiple. Okay, and multiplication of what, Amrita? What we have multiplied here? Yes, absolutely Vikas, that's right. And Amrita, yes, multiplication of the two highest values, right? So in each of the numbers, we have taken the two highest digit, highest and the second highest. So you can see 9 into 4, this gives you 36, 8 into 2 gives you 16, 5 into 3 gives you 15, right? So you have taken the highest and second highest. So this is highest into second highest. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. And similarly here also you can see 4 into 3, that gives you a 12, and 7 into 5, that gives you a 35. So here you will see 6 into 4, that's going to be 24, and 9 into 5, that's going to be 45, right? So 24 and 45 we will be having. What about step number 4? Step number 4 is very direct. You can see with @ we have written the even values, and with hash we have written the odd values here, right? So last step, the fourth step, is absolutely direct here. So you can see with even we have written @ and with odd we have written hash. Okay, yes Vikas, absolutely. So here also you can see that we will be having 244, right? So 244 @ and odd mein kya hai? We have only 5, so we will have a 5 hash here. So this is going to be the code for your story. Are we clear everybody? Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. सबको समझ में आ गया? Please let me know, do we have any doubts in this particular question? Everybody clear here? Everyone? Everyone clear with this question? Chalo, we'll quickly go to the next question. Next question on your screen. Let's have a look at this one. Suman, last step, what happened in last step? Last step was with @ we had written the even values, and with odd we had written the hash, right? So hash आपका odd के साथ था and even के साथ @ था. So whichever was the even digit, we had written it with @ there. Okay, that was the last step. रेवन देखो, Again, it depends on your strength, right? So if let's say reasoning is your strongest point, so you should try to do the maximum there, right? So you can spend some 20-25 minutes in there, or let's say more than that even, right? 30-35 minutes in that. So again, depends that what is your strength. If reasoning is your strength, spend most of the time there. Some people do spend half of the time in reasoning, but that's again not the only section that you need to cover. You have to do well in the quant also, you have to do well in the English also. So depends on your strength there. Okay, so absolutely. I hope everybody is able to understand this particular question. So this is based on your, you can see consecutive slots are there, right? So slots of 1 hour each is there. And guys, these sessions are not just important for your upcoming ESIC UDC. It's also very important for your upcoming RBI assistant mains, right? Okay, we are having different arrangement: BD, AF, GEC, BFAC, GED. Chalo, let's quickly check it out, right? Let's see how this has to be done. So you can see there are 7 professors A to G who are seated in a row facing north. They took consecutive lectures at 1 p.m., 2 p.m, so on till 7 p.m. Now it is given A was third to the left of E, who had his lecture at 3 p.m. Let's write it down. So A was third to the left of E, right? And E is having the lecture at 3. So he is 3 p.m, right? So 3 to 4. Now E and F are not at the extreme end. That means at least one person should be there towards the right of E, right? E cannot be at the extreme end. Now E and C had lectures at a gap of 2 hours, right? So you can see that it is mentioned A is third to the left of E, who had his lecture at 3 p.m, right? Now you can see E and C has a lecture at a gap of 2 hours. So that means C can be there at 1, right? Because 1 p.m. is also there, or C can be there at 5, because we have a gap of 2 hours. Now gap of 2 hours between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. is 2 hours, right? So we are not saying that 3 hai to fir we have to take 6 p.m, that is we are having 4 p.m. and 5 p.m, right? We are talking about a duration gap here. So C can be either 1 p.m. or at 5 p.m. Okay? So E and C had lectures at a gap of 2 hours. Now F was third to the left of C. Let's try. So F was third to the left of C, something like this. And F again cannot be at the end. That means at least one person should be there before F, right? Now after that, D took the lecture just after G, who was immediate left of E. So you can see that G will be this person, and we know that D has to be immediately after G, right? So D and G should be consecutive in nature. Okay, we'll check that out. Now one who took the lecture at 1 p.m. was third to the right of B. So you can see that if C is there, right? If we have C at 1 p.m, he should be third to the right of B, but we can see that C is already third to the right of F. That means C cannot be the person who is at 1 p.m. That means C should be the person who is there at 5 p.m, right? So C will be there at 5 p.m. here. I hope this is clear to everybody. Now after that, it is given that D took the lecture just after G. G was immediate left of E. That is already done. Now it is given G was not the first to take the lecture. Okay, so G was not the first to take his lecture. So we will check that out, right? So D took the lecture just after G. So ye ulta likh diya hai. So G and D will be like this. Okay, and G was not the first person. That means at least one person has to be there before G as well. Now it is given professors who took consecutive lectures were not seated neighboring each other. So you cannot have somebody neighboring another person who is having consecutive lectures. That means 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. cannot be seated together. That's not a possibility there. So let's check out where do we place your F and C. And remember, F and C, F should not be at the extreme end here. And we should have 7 persons, right? So if you place, let's say, F here, let's say if you place your F here, so you will have 7 persons in total and F will come at the extreme end. So you can see that is not a possibility. F cannot be here immediate left of A because G is already there. That means you will have to place your F here. Okay? So we will quickly check it out. How do we place your F? So F is this person and C is this person, and we know that C is 5 here. Okay, and G and D, right? So we will place the rest of the people also. We will check it out. So now we know that G and D should be consecutive, right? We know that G has to be immediately before D. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? So you can see that 1 and 2 can be a possibility, but it was given that G was not the first person, right? G was not the first person to take the lecture here. You cannot have 3 for G or D, and similarly you cannot have 5 for G or D, right? Because that is already taken at this one. Why G is not at the left end? G can be there, but we have to place E, right? It was given here Orco, that is D took the lecture just after G. G was towards the immediate left of E. So because E is there, that is why G will be here. Okay, so that is how we have placed your G. Okay, I hope this is clear why G is not the left of A, because G is towards the left of E, immediate left of E. That is already given in the question. So now you can see that 1 and 2 cannot be the position for G and D, right? You cannot take that because G cannot be the first person. 3 and 5 are already taken. That means you will have to consider your 6 and 7 for G and D. So you can see that G will be how much? G will be 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock will be for D, right? So D will be 7 o'clock here. Okay. Now let's check whatever is remaining. So now we have your B. This is also given that one who took the lecture at 1 p.m. was third to the right of B. So B के third right में you have to place 1 p.m. That means you will have to take 2 persons here and this will be your B here, and B के third right में we have your 1 p.m. So this is your 1 p.m. Now who is the only person remaining? A, B, C, D. So D will be this person that you will be getting here, right? So you have already got the arrangement here. We need to place the remaining persons. We know that D has to be immediately after G. So D will be 7 p.m. here, and A and B के लिए कौन सी values है? देखो, we are left with 2 p.m. here and we are left with 4 p.m. here, right? So 2 and 4 p.m. are remaining. So 2 p.m. cannot be A. Okay, A को हम 2 p.m. नहीं ले सकते. Why we cannot? Can anybody tell me why we cannot take A as 2 p.m.? Anybody who will tell me that why A cannot be 2 p.m. here? Anyone? A cannot be 2 p.m. because A and F cannot be seated consecutively there, right? So 2 persons who are neighbors cannot be taking the lectures consecutively. That is why A will not be 2 p.m. So B will be 2 p.m. and A will be 4 here. Okay, yes, absolutely, that's right. So I hope this is clear to everyone. A very normal question you can see, right? So this will be the level. Some of the questions, some of the puzzles will be there of this one. Absolutely, Orko. हो जाएगा, बिल्कुल easy सा question था, right? So just one variable and you can see one case and it's done. I hope this is clear to everyone. ठीक है? चलो, next question on your screen that is based on coded blood relation. Let's check it out. Let's see. Okay, Mohit says C, B, 1. B. Okay, most of you are getting the answer as B. Chalo. Okay, Amrita also B. Ayush also B. Okay, let's check it out, right? Let's see that how these type of questions should be done here. So whenever you have a coded blood relation where you have to make different types of family tree in each of the sections, how can we solve it easily, right? We'll understand. Here we will be applying two tricks. One of them is your this one, that is gender determination. Will try to eliminate some of the options on the basis of gender, and another trick is generation gap, that we will try to find out the generation gap between A and Y. Now A has to be the grandfather, that means A should be a male person, that is for sure. So any option that gives you A as a female person will never be the right answer, right? So you can see the generation gap of A to Y has to be +2, that is A should be 2 generations above Y, and similarly Y should be 2 generations below, that is Y is 2 generations below A, so the relation should be of -2 generations. Okay, so let's check it out. Can we eliminate something on the basis of gender in any of the options here? So in the first one, R asterisk A minus T. So R asterisk may means A, B is the son of A, so A is the son of R. So this cannot be eliminated. Similarly in the second one, if we check about the second one here, W minus A. Minus means B is the father. So again A is the father of W. So this also cannot be eliminated. What about the third one here? A divided by W plus A. W plus A, you can see that B is the sister of A, right? So you can see that here A will be the sister of W. So if A is the sister, that means she is a female person. So you can absolutely eliminate option number C. ठीक है? C को तो directly eliminate कर सकते हैं. What about the fourth one here? Let's check it out. Again, we have to find between A and Y. So S divided by means again B is the daughter. So you can see that S divided by A means A is the daughter of S. Again, you can see this is becoming a female person. That means D also cannot be the right answer here. Nani, very good evening. I hope this is clear. So C and D will be eliminated in this particular question. Okay? So now whatever you are left with, just make the diagram there. And also in the last one, that is option number E, A plus Y. So that is directly given that B is the sister, so Y is the sister of A. So that means this is also not the right answer. That means either of them will be the right answer, either A or B. Okay? So let's quickly check it out in the first case. Now let's try to understand. We have eliminated 3 options on the basis of gender determination, right? So now we will try to find the generation gap here. Okay, so generation gap कैसे find करते हैं उसका trick देख लेते हैं एक बार. So B is the son of A. A plus B means B is the sister of A, right? So whatever is the representation of the symbol here, that is A to B, should be the same representation in the explanation as well. So if we have A plus B shows B is the sister of A, that means A is also the sibling of B. That means A and B are siblings here, so they are in the same generation. So we will assign a value of 0 to this, that is plus. Okay, so wherever we have a generation above, that is any symbol that is showing one generation above, that we will be assigning +1. If we have something that is showing one generation below, we will be assigning -1, and same generation will be shown with 0 there. Okay, so B is the son of A. That means A will be the parent of B, right? Because it is A asterisk B. So we have to see from A towards B. So if B is the son of A, that means A is the parent of B. That means a +1 here in this case. Similarly, B is the father of A. So A is the child of B. So if A is the child, so one generation below, hence a value of -1. Similarly, B is the daughter of A. So if B is the daughter of A will be the parent of B. So if A is the parent of B, that means +1 here. So these are the values that we have assigned to these symbols. Now you just need to find the summation of these values to find the generation gap between A and Y. So let's find in the first case minus. That's your what? That's your -1. You can see -1. Plus का क्या है? You can see plus is represented by 0. So we have a 0 here. Divided by an asterisk. So divided by is +1 here. And asterisk here is again +1. So you can see the generation gap is how much? It's of +1. So as per the first one, if you make the relation as per first one, you will see that the generation gap between your A and Y will be of 1. But we need a generation gap of 2. So you can be absolutely sure that option number B has to be the right answer, right? So generation gap is one more method which will help you to eliminate the obvious answers here. I hope this method is clear to everybody. Please let me know, do we have any doubts in this particular question? Everybody clear? Everyone? Chalo, let's quickly have a look at the next question. Next question on your screen. Let's have a look at this one. Thank you so much, Gyan. I love taking these classes. So let's have a look at this particular question. Again, a very easy question, right? A very normal question in here. Check this out. Let me know what should be the arrangement. ठीक है, जल्दी से इसको try करो. No, that was not eliminated through gender or co. That was directly eliminated because A plus Y was directly given in there. So A plus Y means Y was the sister of A. So if Y is the sister, how can A be the grandfather? Right? Okay, I'll remove myself from the screen. Just a second. Chalo, have a look at the complete question, guys. So a partial table is already given here, right? Partial table already दे रखा है. You just need to fill it. Like you have missing DI. आपका क्या आता है? Missing DI होता है ना? यहाँ पर आपका missing puzzle है, right? So you have to complete the rest of the information here. Check this out. How this has to be done. A very easy question. Very direct. Same here, Amrita. Even I love puppies. Okay, Ayush has completed the arrangement here. That's absolutely great, Ayush. So let's quickly check this out, right? Not a very difficult one. It's absolutely basic question that you can have, right? Just one variable has been added. That's your name. So let's quickly check. So you can see a partial schedule has been shown here. Okay, this is a partial schedule that is given to you. So you know that F made the adoptions on January 28th. Similarly, Brownie was adopted on 10th February. Scissor was adopted on 10th March. E made the adoption on 28th. G made the adoption on April 10th, right? So you can see this kind of a table is already given here. So now let's check it out. Only 3 puppies were adopted between the adoption of Julie and Tiger. Tiger was adopted after Julie, right? And Tiger was adopted by either E or D. So you can see either we can have Tiger here, right? If you have your Tiger here, so 1, 2, 3, this is your Julie, right? This is one possibility that you can have. Similarly, where else can we have your Tiger and Julie? So we can also have here, that is this. Then we have 1, 2, 3. No, that's not a possibility. Can we take this place here? Yes, you can see that we can have Julie here. If we take Julie here, so 1, 2, 3, this will be your Tiger. And if Tiger is here, Tiger was adopted by either E or D. So E is already here on March 28. That means this will be your D. Okay. Now after that it is given A made the adoption on 28th. So if we talk about the first case, you can see that F is there on January 28th. March 28th is already taken by E. So either we have this one that is vacant or this one that is vacant, right? So these two are vacant in here. So we cannot place A right now. In the second case, we have only 128 that is remaining. That is your February 28th. You can see January 28th is taken, March 28th is taken and April 28th is taken. That means A will be here for Julie. Okay? Now it is given number of puppies adopted before Bruno was equal to adopted after Milky and Bruno was adopted before Milky. So Bruno से पहले जितने हैं उतने ही आपके Milky के बाद होने चाहिए, right? So you can see that Bruno has to be before Milky. So in the first case, you can see Bruno will be here and Milky will be here. That is 0 puppies before Bruno and 0 persons after Milky. In the second case, you can see Bruno and Milky can only be here. This is your Bruno and this is your Milky. Okay, I hope this is clear. Done. Very good. Now let's see. Cherry and Bruno were adopted in the same month. So Cherry and Bruno should be in the same month. In the first case, you can see we are having Bruno and Julie in the same month. That is why this case becomes invalid. So you are getting the right case from the second one. So Cherry and Bruno in the same month. So Cherry will be there in January. So this is your Cherry and Bruno. Now B adopted either Julie or Cherry. So you can see B should be there for Julie or Cherry. So Julie is already there for A. That means B will be there for Cherry here. Now C did not adopt Scissor. So if C did not adopt Scissor, that means C adopted Brownie. And the only person remaining A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? And we have H. So H will be here. And the only puppy that is remaining, kaun bacha hai? Jackie. So Jackie will be for E here. I hope this is clear to everybody. A very direct question in here. I hope this is clear, right? Not a very difficult one. Again, you can have these type of questions, right? This was just a new pattern question. The difficulty level is not that high. It's a new pattern question because you can see it's a missing table that is given here, right? So they may play on these type of questions as well, where you will be getting some missing table or missing portion, missing diagram, something like that. You will see that the question will look like a difficult one, but it will be very easy in there. Okay, chalo, next question on your screen. Let's have a look at this one. Check this out. Let me know what should be the answer in here. See everybody, @ asterisk, right? चलो let's quickly check this out that how this has to be done. ठीक है, इसको कैसे करना है देख लेते हैं. So you can see this is a coded clock, right? This question is based on coded clock, and we have seen these type of question in your RBI assistant means in some examination, right? In some year. So let's quickly check it out. Let's see that how this has to be done. So you can see that the first symbol is representing the hour hand and the second symbol is representing the minute hand. So if we have hash at the rate, so you can see hash at the rate means first is hour hand. So hash means what? That the hour hand is at 4. So you will have 4. And the minute hand is at the rate, that means minute hand is at 6. So when the minute hand is at 6, we have 4:30. So it should be 4:30 p.m. here. Okay? So let's check it out. A man has its breakfast at asterisk ampersand. So asterisk means 8. So breakfast time, what is the breakfast time here? So you can see asterisk at the rate. So that means 8 and ampersand here. Ampersand means what? 10. So minute hand at 10, that means you can see that it has to be 50. So 8:50 a.m. right? So he had his breakfast at 8:50 a.m. Now he has his lunch 6 hours 40 minutes after taking the breakfast. So 6 hours 40 minutes. Now if he has his tea, right? If he has his tea after 3 hours 10 minutes. So 3 hours 10 minutes of his lunch. That means what is the time for tea? So this is the time for tea here. This was the time when he had his lunch. So you just need to add these three. So 50 plus 40 gives you 90 minutes. 90 minutes plus 10 minutes, that is 100 minutes. So 100 minutes means 1 hour and 40 minutes, right? So that's your total. And 8 plus 6 is 14, 15, 15 plus 3 is 18. So 18 means 6 here, right? So we have 6:40 p.m. I hope this is clear. Now 6:40 p.m. that means at the rate, and 40 means 8, that is your asterisk. So that means we will have at the rate asterisk, that is your option number 3. Are we clear, everybody? Please let me know, do we have any doubts in this particular question? Everyone clear with this? Everybody? I hope this is clear to everyone, right? Chalo, okay, we'll go to the next question. Next question on your screen. Let's quickly check this out. This is based on critical reasoning. We may have some questions of critical reasoning in both of these examinations, right? So let's check this out. Let's try. Okay, Amrita says A. What about the rest of you? Ayush also A. Chalo, let's quickly check it out, right? A is absolutely right, guys. Let's understand why A is the right answer. Okay, so you can see that the author is making a statement and he is saying that it's the state has to pay compensation for the terrorist attack, right? So he is holding the state responsible for all the attacks that happen either directly or indirectly, right? So he means that state must pay compensation for the terrorist attacks because they are indirectly responsible for them. So he is holding them responsible, right? The state. Now it is the state's duty to ensure that its citizens act within the law by providing deterrence, education, and by preventing crimes through the use of intelligence. So again he is saying that it's the state's responsibility. They should have provided education, they should have prevented the crimes by the means of intelligence. So if there is a terrorist attack, that means it's the failure of state, it's the responsibility of the state. Even if the terrorist atrocities do not take place within the state, they were most probably planned within the state or initiated by someone who lives in the state. So even if the attack is outside the state, but still if the planning is within the state or if the person is in the state, that means again it's the state's responsibility there. This means that it was within the state's power to have prevented the attack from taking the place. Making the state pay for the wrongs of its citizens is therefore not only just but sends the message that the international community recognizes that the state's involvement and duty in this regard. So again you can see that the author is holding the state responsibility for all these terrorist attacks. Either the state should have provided education or through the means of intelligence, they should not have let this happen. And if it is not in the boundary also of the state, if it is somewhere outside and if the planning is done within the state, then also it should have been within the jurisdiction of the state's power and it could have prevented the attack from happening in that portion of the world, right? So you can see that he is taking state as the responsible one. Now it is given which of the following statements is the author least likely to agree with. That means he will not agree with this, right? तो उसके साथ agree नहीं करेगा. So first one, we would hold instead that it is the individuals who commit crime, plan, command the atrocities that should be held exclusively responsible. So as per one, you can see that this is talking about holding the individuals responsible, but he is taking the responsibility on the state, right? So he was taking the responsibility for the state, that is state is responsible for these type of attacks here. So you can see that A will be the one that he will never agree with, right? Because this is directly contradicting his thoughts here. That is, individuals should hold the responsibility because they are committing, they are planning, they are commanding the atrocities, but he says that it's the authority, it's the responsibility of the state that they should have prevented it, right? So you can see that A will be the one which he will never agree with. Are we clear with this particular question, guys? Please let me know. Do we have any doubts in here? Everyone clear? Everybody? Right? So today we had some questions which were of easy level. Tomorrow again at the same time, that is at 4 p.m. we will have few more questions, right? We will be having some more puzzles, some more critical reasoning, some more new pattern questions, right? So do check out these 4 p.m. sessions. We will be having some great questions every day, right? So do check it out. I guess before this एक वीक में बहुत लोग they thought that maybe the classes will not happen today because I can see many people have not come out today. So जो लोग नहीं आए हैं उनको बता देना कि classes regulars शुरू हो गई हैं. And also we have one more information that we have started with the repeaters batch, right? So this particular is all means, right? This is your all means preparation. So do check it out. You get the access to the banking elite in here, right? So banking elite की classes है, access मिलेगा. That means all the mock tests you will be getting sectional test, topic wise test, everything. You have the access to live classes, live practice sessions and live doubt clearing sessions, right? So you can again use the coupon code that is Nikita, Nikita, to avail a discount of 40% off here. What's the weightage for logical reasoning, ma'am? You may get some 3-4 questions, not too much, because these two examinations are not of PO level, right? In PO level, you have a huge number of questions in your mains. But whenever you have a clerk-based questions examination or any of these sorts of examination, the number of questions for logical reasoning will be less. And also you will not be having too difficult questions in there. Right? Yes, Ayush, these were few questions that we had for today, right? So today's class is over here, guys. So now again one more important thing, that yes, this is your banking super elite. So if you want to go for all the mock test, all the courses, everything in one single package, go for banking super elite. It absolutely is the best option for anyone, right? So it's always better to go for banking super elite combo rather than going for single examination. Today we have the repeaters batch. Yes, I have purchased it. Then I feel that I should take the mocks as well. I have purchased it. Then there is some examination, that is SBI PO, and a course comes for that. I purchase it. If you find the total of that, you will see that it's even more expensive than the one that you have, that is banking super elite, right? So do check it out. You can get a wonderful discount on using the coupon code Nikita, Nikita, right? So use the discount coupon there, Nikita. Okay. So these were few questions that we had for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. In case you have any doubts, you can always feel free to tag me on Telegram. My Telegram ID is Reasoning with Nikita Mam, right? So you can always find me on Reasoning with Nikita Mam. You can tag me there. You can post your doubts there. I'll try to take them in the class. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's session. All those who are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And yes, if you like the session, do push the like button and share it with your friends as well. Remember that tomorrow again we will be having the same type of questions at 4 p.m. right? So 4 p.m. we will be having these means level classes for few days till the means is not over, right? So 10 days, 10 mocks we have. So today was the first one. Now we are left with 9 more mocks to go, right? So let your friends know that we have these classes here. Okay. So chalo, I'll see you again tomorrow with another session. Please take care, guys. Stay safe. Have a great day. Thank you so much.